Hi everyone, it's jwitty. Hope everybody's having a great day and that you've had a wonderful week. And I'm looking forward to the weekend as much as I am. So today I'm experimenting with my squeegee, which I haven't done before. And I've had some leftover paints sitting aside in a little, glass jars. And I figured I'd play with them. It's a black and a silver and I think like a rosy pinkish color. I'm not even sure. It's been so long. They've been sitting in the jar for so long. And of course, they're not working as well as I had thought. But I've been wanting to try this technique for quite some time, as far as playing with a squeegee and applying color and seeing what kind of I don't know what kind of effects I could get. And what do I mean by playing? Well, you take the squeegee, you put the paint down, you move the squeegee around the canvas at different angles, different, movement, like you can see there, whether it be straight across, doing a little squiggly, curves, you name it. I just wanted to start playing with my squeegee. So I've got a bunch of these Mont colors sitting around, and I thought that these would be great. And again, those first three colors that I laid down weren't really doing it for me. They were way, way too transparent. But I think it helped to put a nice base down on the canvas before I started applying the Mont directly out of their bottle and onto the canvas. So this is what I'm doing. I am completely layering, just plain. And this is about as abstract as one could probably get when it comes to art. I'm sure there are other techniques that I could layer on top of this in due time. Actually, out of any of my painter's tape, all of my tapes are out. I've got to restock that. Otherwise, I probably would have layered on this some more. And it doesn't mean that I can't. But here I am. So I'm playing with my squeegee. I also do some palette knife work on here, play with that for a little bit. I've got a scraper thingy, and you'll see what I'm talking about eventually. But I'm just playing with color and texture, and seeing what happens and what transpires. I'm completely out of my fluid element here because these paints really aren't fluid. They're directly out of the bottle, as you can see, or the tube. And so the colors that I used, and of course I'm going to read these off in no particular order. There's that scrapey thingy I'm talking about, just to give a little different effect, as you can see. But anyways, the colors are no particular order because I didn't lay them down in any particular orders. But what I did use is quite a few of my Mont paints. I used the Mont Brilliant Red, their turquoise, their orange, their lemon yellow, their lamp black. I used a couple of colors from Shuttle Art acrylics. They come in these little pouches. There's a purple and the titanium white that I use. And then out of the tube, one tube of Liquitex Basics was the Premire blue. And you can see some of that. So I'm out of my element. I have not done this technique before. So this is a 16 by 20 canvas. And I didn't really think. I just did, if that makes any kind of sense to you. I just am exploring and experimenting. I'm using different pressure points with the squeegee. Applying pressure harder and then softer, and then, just running some lines for interest. And I'm just, like I said, I'm not thinking. I'm just, I guess they call it intuitive. I don't know. I'm just placing what I want, or what I think I want, where I want, with no really rhyme or reason. And I guess this is kind of technique you just don't really overthink. You just let that creativity flow. Let it come out of you as you're working on it. I'd been stuck in a rut as far as trying to come up with a different type of pour technique, and I couldn't do it. I was just stuck in a rut. So, and that's another thing that I do. You've heard me say it a million times before in my videos, if you've been following me, that I don't give up. I keep pouring until, I get what I want, the results I want. I don't scrape very easily. But sometimes I just don't have the oomph to even pour paint onto a canvas, but I want to create. So I will go outside of my typical element and I'll do something entirely different. And this is definitely entirely different for me. And I'm playing, I'm exploring, and I'm just, in the zone. And like I said, I'm just not thinking, I'm just doing, I'm letting it flow. And this was so much fun. Just to do something completely different than what I've been doing. It just allows for that creativity to open up, I think, again. And what I found really interesting with this was, by the time I was all said and done, I looked at it from, all 4 viewpoints. I rotated my canvas around and looked at it. But when I really look at it, like I said, hang it one way, then hang it the other way. When you rotate it, maybe 360 degrees, if that makes better sense for you. When you really look at the details in this particular piece, you can see like miniature scenes. You can see like a sunset. You can see a cityscape. You can see waterfalls. You can see, at one point I saw a woman's lips and jawline. And I saw, like a half of a mask. A masquerade type mask. I mean, it's incredible. And these are not things that were planned. This is what happens when you just freelance yourself into allowing creativity to come out from within without overthinking it, and just see what happens. And it looks like chaos on a canvas. It really looks like a chaotic mess. But when you step back from it, I guess it's considered extremely abstract. I don't know. Contemporary art, street art. I don't know what you would really call it, other than it's my creativity on canvas. It's me on canvas. It's the creator on canvas. And it's totally up to the person viewing the piece to interpret what they see. Whether it be total chaos, whether it be I'm seeing different pictures within this painting, I'm seeing different landscapes, I'm seeing different images. And paintings like that intrigue me. And not my own. I'm talking about when other people do it also. When you can stare at a painting for hours and see so many different things, and then come back to it another day and see something entirely different. And I think this piece does that. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking that lamp black, and I just took a paintbrush, and I'm, painting the sides all solid, and kind of bringing it up and over the edge a little bit, just to give a little bit of contrast around the edges. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. I really am. So I encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. I encourage you to try a different type of technique. I encourage you to just not think, just do, okay? Because it's like I didn't even think about color scheme or anything. I just went into my studio and said, I need to create. And I saw my squeegee sitting there and next to a couple of palette knives, and I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I've been kind of wanting to try this for quite a while, but I just hadn't, gotten around to it. And I figured, well, you know what? I'm at a loss for what to do for another pour. So this will be a good escape from that. into something different. Now what you see me doing here is I've got this little glass jar, and I just put the paint on the edges and decided just to put it on the canvas, rotate it a few turns, and voila. Now I've got some new interesting shapes, some circles added into there. So, again, I had a lot of fun with this. I didn't know what to quite think of it when I got done at first. And again, it looks like a lot of chaos. It might look like a mess to some. But my husband came walking into my studio and took one look at it and went, "Oh my gosh," he says to me, "this is something that you'd find hanging in a museum somewhere where, some famous person, created this, he says, with a price tag that isn't really a price tag because you couldn't really afford it." But anyways, so here are the wet results, and I take you in for a close-up. I'm trying to real hard right there to focus for you, but it's definitely different. I'm in love with this piece. My son loves it. It definitely has a lot of color, a lot of interest. It's definitely different, and I can promise you I'll be doing this again. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I've encouraged you. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am so glad you're here. I invite you to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, guys, for future uploads so you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. Look at that. Look at the textures and the layering and just the different. You can just see so many different things in this painting. It's incredible. So, and explore, experiment. There's my cityscape that I was talking about, and it looks like it's sitting on top of a waterfall. So it's just really unique when you really do experiment and you examine something like this after you're done. So please give it a try, guys. It's really, it's just, I don't know, it frees you up. It loosens you up to open that floodgates of further creativity. So, and then here we got my dried results. It looks great on the wall. Just loving it on the wall. Look at all of that. Isn't that beautiful? It's a chaotic mess. Maybe I should call it circles of chaos. I don't know. Maybe looking at it for yourselves, you can drop me a comment down below in the comments on this video. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. If you have an idea for a name, anything that jumps out at you as to what this should be called, hey, let me know that too. So here we have it. Look at that. Isn't that it's just so cool. And I created that. I'm proud of this painting. I'm proud of the results I got. And like I said, I'm wanting to encourage you to give it a try, give it a go. Let me know how it goes. Send me a picture. My email's in the description box down below. If you try this and you don't have a channel, but you try it and whatever, you want to share a picture with me, I'd love you to email me a picture and see what your creation is. So I challenge you, whoever you are watching, I challenge you. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Love to you all. I appreciate you all. And remember, take care, stay safe, and blessings to you all. Bye-bye.